Do you expect to win? And if not, why not? You're spending the time and you're entering the sweepstakes and you're looking at the prizes and there's something you want or there's a trip you can go on, but then you're surprised when you win. Don't be. Expect to win. Now, I am not big on manifesting and vision boards and all that. I'm not against them. If that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not mine. However, I do expect to win. When I look at an individual sweep, I will go through it, I will evaluate it, I will make sure the dates work if it's a specific trip, I will make sure I can be at the car dealership on the day of the key turn, and if so, I'll enter and I'll expect to win. I will actually plan that I may be at this place on this given day. I'll even go as far as to look at airfares to make sure they work with my schedule before I ever enter. The last thing I want to do is win a trip and then not be able to take it because I can't go. Now, I get it. Things come up, illnesses come up. There's all kinds of things that happen like that you may have to turn it down after the fact, after you've already entered. But if you know day one that you can't go, don't enter. And when you do enter, definitely expect to win. So for today's sweepstakes update, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. Make sure you plan ahead of time. If you expect to win, when you get notified that you've actually won the trip, planning it shouldn't really be that hard. You should be able to look up flights. You should have an idea of who can or who can't go. You already know the dates on most of these because a lot of them are for specific dates and times and events that you have to travel on those dates and times. Maybe you've already even looked at flights. If not, the second I get that notice, I'm looking at flights to see what flights may work best for me, because after I get told I am the official winner, I would like to provide them that information to help coordinate the flights and help speed the process up. Some people will go as far as to even recommend hotels if they like a certain brand, such as Hilton or Hyatt, or they have points or status there, even certain airlines because of that reason. Now, I'll recommend airlines based more on travel schedule, but I'm also looking at price, because don't be surprised if they come back and say, hey, look, the flight you want's $900, we've only budgeted $600. You could fly for this airline for $400. Now, most judging agencies or sponsors will take into the account of direct flights, especially on a lot of these trips, because they're short and they're quick. So therefore, if you miss a flight, you could miss the whole event. So they don't want that to happen. So a lot of times they will pay more money to fly you direct when possible. But have an idea. Again, some people will go as far as to ask for certain brand hotels or certain hotels. I personally do not do that. I have had judging agencies and or sponsors give me choices. A lot of times if I'm working with a travel agent, they'll say, we've budgeted X amount for the hotel, you have a choice of A, B, or C. Sometimes I'll look myself, a lot of times I'll ask them their recommendation and then maybe look myself and see. So we have had that as well. But definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, expect to win. Don't just enter to enter. What I really try and teach at I Win Contest is to expect to win. We do not enter to enter, we enter to win. That's the whole reason we do this. It's the whole reason we do sweepstakes. I don't want to just kill time. I don't want to just waste a lot of time and hours. The people who are very successful at this spend hours and hours and hours a day researching and or entering. Now, I try and make it a little simpler by going to iWin and just hand feeding you all the really good sweeps to enter. That's why you become a mentor, because you don't have hours and hours and hours to research and do that. You have maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour a day, so that you can go online, look through what you want, and enter. Not most of the time, not even reading the rules, because I've read them for you and I've already told you this is how often you can enter. This is who's eligible. This is what you have to do to win. So think about it. iWin's a really good investment. Just ask any of our members. We'll see you next week.